Morning, folks. Woke up this morning and I just opened up Instagram and I saw a very exciting news. Shimano just launched gravel version of their group set. It's called a Shimano GRX. This is a gravel specific group set. It is targeted for gravel cyclists or bikepackers or people that love adventure cycling type. So it's a very good group set. I really enjoyed seeing Shimano introducing this new version of their group set. But if you talk about group set in terms of gravel and bikepacking and adventure style group set, SRAM has already been in the market or in this game for a very long time. So Shimano is quite hesitant to launch this category of the group set. I think this group set is equivalent to the SRAM version of Rival 1, Apex 1 and also Force 1. And the only difference between the Shimano GRX is that it comes with a Di2 version. So let's go to the studio and have a look at the introduction of the Shimano GRX system. Let's go. So now let's take a look at the Shimano GRX system. There are a few things I want to talk about. I've written it out over here. So the first one would be the cockpit. Oh no, let's talk about the range. There are 4 product range that Shimano introduced. So you know, the Shimano system, they don't really use names, they use numbering. So the lowest end for the GRX system would be the RX 400. Is equivalent to Tiagra, which because it's 10 speed. If you go up to another level, would be the 11 speed mechanical version. It is called the RX 600. I think that's the equivalent of a 105. If you go up to the next level, which is the Shimano RX 810 and RX 812, I think this is the Ultegra equivalent. It's still a mechanical version. It comes in 11 speed. The next one, which is the highest end, I think this is equivalent to Ultegra Di2 version. It's called the RX 815 or RX 817, and this comes in a 11 speed version. So very interesting, very interesting. So now Shimano allows you to mix and match all the group sets from road version, mountain bike version, and in between the gravel version. So you can mix and match, and it's very interesting. Let's talk about the cockpit. Now the design of the brake lever is slightly new. It looks thicker, it looks more robust. Shimano claims that they raised the hood head to prevent hand misalignment and slippage. You can notice that the hood is slightly higher to give you a more ergonomic feel when you're riding on a gravel or when you're going for your adventure or touring. And the next thing would be the anti-slip hood, which is the rubber. Well, you can see there's some lines or some design patterns on the hood to prevent slip, especially on a rainy day or on a muddy day when you're cycling out there. So I think it makes sense. It looks pretty cool actually. So in terms of the lever, you have the mechanical type and also the Di2 type, and it only comes in disc brake. There's no calipers version. So if you don't have a disc brake bike, well, unfortunately you can't use this unless you use the Ultegra levers and you pair it with the GRX rear derailleur and also the front derailleur. I think it's compatible. It's still 11 speed, there's no 12 speed, so I think it makes sense. You can pair it up like this. So let's take a look at the crank. The crank comes in 2 versions, a 2x system and a 1x system. So for the 2x system, there's also 2 types. The first type would be a 48 big and 30 small chainring. Second type would be 48 big and 31T for the small chainring. There's a very high jump over there, maximum of 17 cock of a jump. So there's a huge jump over there, huge gap. But I think that's the new technology Shimano is introducing to the gravel cycling version. For the 1x crank, it comes in 2 versions, the 40T and the 42T. In my opinion, the 42T, it's a very good combination. I kind of prefer the 42T because on a flat road, you sort of carry higher speed, and then on a climb, all you need is to have a bigger cassette at the back. Very interesting, Shimano didn't introduce a cassette for this group set. The idea behind this is you can actually use a road group set or the mountain bike group set depending on your liking. So I think it's a mix and match. It's very good actually. You can mix and match all the components. Well, the front derailleur design, it comes in a Di2 version and mechanical version as well. The design is slightly different from the road because it has a 2.5mm chain line offset to provide wider tire clearance. The next new design for the GRX front derailleur is that it is able to accommodate the wide gear ratio. So the widest or the total capacity is 17T. So next one, let's talk about the rear derailleur. This is the most interesting one. Well, rear derailleur, let's see. Okay, so the rear derailleur looks like a mountain bike group set. If you own a Derailleur or XT or XTR group set, you know it looks almost the same, but this is a gravel specific. Of course, knowing Shimano, they actually transfer the technology from the mountain bike group set over to the gravel version of a group set. So the first thing you notice is the Shadow RD Plus. That's the big thing that they shout out about. The Shadow RD Plus is actually like a clutch version that you can turn on and off to provide more stabilized road derailleur on a very bumpy road or when you're out there on off-road. It also comes with the Di2 version and mechanical version as well. Maximum sprocket would be 42T, so you can go as wide as 42T. How big is a 42T cassette? Let me show you. So this is a 42T cassette, so it's 11 to 42. Very big, but very useful. Very useful if you're out there, you do not know where you are cycling, you do not know what kind of gradient that you're expecting on an adventure. The 42T is going to give you a lot of insurance. You know what I mean, right? So one thing good about the GRX system is that it allows you to mix and match. If your bike cannot support a disc brake, well, you can't use a full version of GRX system, but good news is you can mix and match. So meaning to say you can use the Ultegra or 105 or maybe a Tiagra or maybe the Dura-Ace road levers, and you match it with the rear derailleur. So you can have a 1x system or a gravel type of group set. In terms of price, I don't see any pricing from Shimano yet. I think it's gonna cost less than the SRAM version. And it's going to be very affordable for a lot of people out there, especially the 105 equivalent, the RX 600. So it's very good news. I can't wait to install it on my bike. I think I'm going to go out to the bike shop, talk to the supplier, talk to the distributor and see how much are they going to price this. And stay tuned in this channel. If I happen to install the GRX system on my bike, I'll make a video and I'll share with you guys. Alright, so till then, happy riding and I'll see you guys. Bye bye. Shh.